If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the Filthy Capitalist option. As Sori says, $125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. $125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and you get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. The child shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Okay, dear listener. We got another banger on the way for you beautiful people.
Inshallah.
Give the people
DJ stream.
what
DJ
they
Nick
want.
is in the house.
DJ Nick is in the house. What do you got?
The next song up on his list
Do me a
is
favor and
Fit for an Autopsy.
Click that link.
The Sea of Tragic Beasts.
All right, guys. Fit for an Autopsy. The name of this song is, what is
The
it? Something
Sea
about
of
beasts?
Tragic Beasts.
The Sea of Tragic Beasts. Fit for an Autopsy. Let's do it. Whoa, okay. I'm liking these lists, boy.
Frankie. Damn. Banger after banger after banger after banger. Wow. I thoroughly enjoyed this song. A lot. It was heavy. And when he said defend yourself and it had that breakdown, I was like, my G. He said, defend yourself. Then it had a breakdown.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I love that shit.
Yep. All right.
Unleash the aggression. Okay, what was going on there with you? The Hold the Hell part also. This is a really another guitar-driven song. See, I love the guitar-driven songs, man.
Yep.
When the guitarists take center stage, like, I love that shit. Especially with modern music, because I think the modern bands are starting to rediscover the instrument, for God's sake, and I love it. Really, really good. Go ahead. What were you thinking about?
I really didn't like it. I don't know. Like, it was. I don't know. I really didn't like it.
Terrible. You're the worst.
It was like, I don't know. I can't describe it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the sound of it. I didn't like the feel of the song. It was not. Yeah, I wasn't really a fan.
The feel of the song.
Like, like a song, it can like kind of flow and you feel like that your soul is kind of like moving with it. This one, my soul was like, no. I didn't vibe with it at all, really. Yeah, it was one of the ones I turned down. I didn't turn it off. I just lowered the volume. It was not.
Boo.
I don't know. I can't describe it. It didn't have a good flow to me. It felt like it was chaotic to me. I just didn't like it.
It's supposed to be chaotic. It's metal. Well,
that's my opinion. Obviously, you were vibing with it.
Oh, I love heavy shit. I love heavy music. I love it.
I like heavy stuff too.
Yeah, sometimes you do. Sometimes
I just don't like this song. I can have an opinion.
And I have an opinion on your opinion. Why do you always say
I didn't ask you to give your opinion on my opinion. I asked you to give your opinion on the song.
You always do the white woman in distress thing anytime I disagree with you. But then you can disagree with me, it's fine. But then when I go, I don't agree. You're like, oh, wow, you do all this.
I don't make a big federal case out of it.
White woman in distress.
You make all this big thing.
Fall in the fire.
Blah, blah.
Fall in the fire with me. The rivers of ruin run deep. The skill of savagery. Only the alpha wolf claims the meat.
Look, if this was a relationship song and they said fall in the fire with me, then I would have been a fan probably. What is this song talking about? Is this talking about war and violence?
Our path is carved with the cruelest cut. Carnage consumes all we've ever loved. The innocent blistered by the flame. Trial by fire we burn in shame. These tragic beasts suffer eternally. The sad circus of humanity. Remove your wings, rise from the sea, and fall in the fire with me.
Yikes.
Remove your wings and rise from the sea. I wonder if he's talking about Leviathan.
Oh.
Because he was a sea beast. These tragic beasts claw through the centuries, devouring the sons of sanity. Remove your wings, rise in the sea, and fall in the fire with me. Unnatural predators, insatiable hunt for the weakest prey. Killer be killed, violent will, the flock is led astray. Our path is carved with the cruelest cut. Carnage consumes all we've ever loved. Lethal instincts, sharpened sense of rage. Fight or flight, destroy humanity.
I don't even like how it sounds when you're reading it. It's
Evolution through violence, defend yourself. Thrown to the wolves, they eat what they kill. Not before I've had my fill. Defend yourself. And then it came with the ridiculously epic breakdown. Which I loved a lot. Well, it's interesting because in Daniel and Revelation that the beasts come from the sea. So the bad guys always come from the sea in Daniel and Revelation, which is why at the end it says, there was no more sea. But what was the name of the song again? It was something about
Fit
the
for an
beast.
Autopsy, the sea
of tragic beasts. Yeah. So it seems to me it's just telling the story of humanity and about how war and things like that are zero-sum games. Where, if you win, you get everything and the loser gets nothing. So it's a zero-sum game because obviously the loser gets nothing because he's been killed.
Oh. Sounds
like he may have been drawing from Revelation. The beast comes from the sea and then the whole take of the fire scenario. Yeah. Yeah. So the as Perk and XBM have back-to-back pointed out that in Daniel as well as in Revelation, the beast comes out of the sea. And I forgot who it was that said this, but basically it's a retelling of Genesis because the waters covered over the land. And God then divided the waters from the waters so that the earth could be habitable with human beings. So if you have a situation where the waters cover the land again, it makes it uninhabitable for humans to live in. So the land or gay or the earth in Revelation is contrasted with the sea. People live on the land and the beasts come out of the sea to basically flood the world with evil to make it uninhabitable. And so it's a very... And again, that's why at the end of Revelation it says there was no more sea, meaning we're always going to have human flourishing in ever-increasing measures, basically. So I thought lyrically it was brilliant lyrics, especially if that's where he was going with his with what he was saying. Carnage consumes all we've ever loved. Lethal instincts, sharpened sense of rage. Flight or flight, destroy humanity. That's really, really interesting. Because, you have the flight or fight mechanism.
Yeah.
If you run, it's going to end up in the destruction of humanity. Because you're not standing up to evil people.
Yep.
But if you fight, it's also going to end up in the destruction of humanity.
Damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Which is really fascinating because if you think about it, anytime you have these revolutions where a person fights the bad guy, many times they end up being the new bad guy. It's kind of like Animal Farm. It's like all the animals are equal. And then the piggy figures out a way, and then it becomes...
Some are more equal
than others. Or we're even talking about the Jewish war. The Romans were legitimately an oppressive... fascistic, horrible group of people. And so then you had these Sicarii and you had Jana Gashala and all these people that were saying, no, we need to rise up arms against them. And initially the instinct of the impulse, I'm sure...
they turned out to be worse than the Romans.
Yeah, they were horrible. I mean, I think it's clear. I think Revelation makes it clear. Those people were demonized times a million. I mean, they were just horrible people. But... as I'm listening to Wars of the Jews, Josephus said something that I don't understand why it's not a more famous quote. Because to me, it summed up the Jewish war perfectly, where he said that the seditious, it was the Jews who destroyed Jerusalem and the temple, and it was the Romans who destroyed the Jews. So if you look at what Josephus was truly saying in the Jewish war, that it's impossible to come to any different conclusion. And so you have these people who initially started out, from my vantage point, with a noble perspective, which is, hey, we've got... It's the same thing with the American Revolution is like, oh, these people are oppressive, yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, they had slaves. Mm-hmm. Yet George Washington digging these people's teeth out by the roots to put in his own mouth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is a cycle of humanity. If you run from evil, evil's going to overtake the land. And if you fight evil, the odds are that you're going to replicate that evil. Mm-hmm. That's what the numbers tell us. It was the Russians really who closed the deal in World War II, in my opinion. Obviously, the bomb had a lot to do with it. But it was really the Russians who paid the highest price in World War II that basically saved the world. And then we saw what happened with Russia, the Soviet Union, after World War II, as far as the carnage and death and destruction that was brought to the world. And then, of course, you had us going against the Russians in the Cold War against communism, and now we are the number one oppressors of the earth. Mm-hmm. And whoever comes after us are going to be oppressive people in the earth. So it just talks about, to me, the cycle of horror and violence. And I agree, we don't have to follow that pattern. But if I'm a betting man, I'm going to say that the next nation or whatever superpower that emerges after us is going to exactly follow that pattern.
Yeah,
that's what if you were a betting man or a betting woman, that's what the numbers tell us. And we've talked about this too with the Vikings. Like, they were not good people.
Right.
They were going around raping and pillaging and all this other shit.
Right.
But the people that conquered them, the European Christendom that conquered them, weren't necessarily the best people on the planet either. So it's just very, it's to me, it's a really, really good kind of breakdown as to the real problem with human beings. Wow, and that's what it says. These tragic beasts claw through centuries.
Yeah, I was just going to say claw through the centuries.
Yeah. And that's a fact. That's a fact. So that's why I love the song. Plus the breakdown was insane.
Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it.
The next superpower after the U.S., so Russia.
Yeah, I just.
Go ahead.
I mean, I think that, like what you said, the message is important. It's just not, like, topic-wise, like, I'm not really interested, I guess. Maybe in a song that talks about that. And then what it sounded like, I wasn't a fan of that. So it's not, I'm sorry, Nick. It's a 5.5 for me.
Okay, this is a 9.4.
9.4.
Really? Hey! I don't have to have your opinion now.
Yeah, but babe,
stop trying to force. Stop
like,
trying to
9.4.
Stop trying to force me to have your opinion.
That opinion doesn't matter.
Hey, black man in distress. He doesn't have the same effect.
Gosh.
He didn't have the same effect. Okay, I don't have any white knightuses writing on my behalf. Come on, Sori, stop oppressing Vin.
Because you're not oppressed, and everybody knows it.
All right. There you are, dear listener.
Sorry, Nick.
We have more metal. The U.S. hadn't been a superpower since yesterday 50s. I don't know about that, bruh.
All right.
I don't know about that. There's this British channel, and I would hate this if I was a British person, but it's these British kids, millennials basically, and they're like, what would happen if America went against the world and all this, and they're always like, oh my God, the Americans are so powerful, oh my God, they will kill us all, hey America, we love you, yada yada yada. I'd be so mad if I was a Brit. I mean, it's true, but I would be really mad if I was a Brit. Go USA. All right. Having said that, dear listener,
oh God,
Vin out.
Sorry, out.
Gone. Don't fuck with the USA.